Ciao darlings, Eugenius here. Got an unboxing for you today. Not just a regular unboxing. This one's a little bit special. It is a Guerlain, and it's the newest one from the IDÉAL line, so it's cool. Which is kind of hard to find in Canada. Actually, not kind of, it is hard because it's never been released in Canada, and I don't think they have plans on doing so, not even at the institutional boutique here on Bloor Street. But for whatever reason, I don't know, Guerlain's distribution has always confused me. You know, a lot of times they'll leave out major releases in the US or Canada or whatever. I have no idea why, as close as I am to the boutique and to the brand. I just don't have a clue. So it's really funny. This has actually been sent to me by another fragrance reviewer, and even funnier is, and actually kind of weird. All summer I've been being contacted by indie perfumers and smaller brands of people that want to send me stuff, which is, you know, it's not typical for a channel of about 5,000 subscribers, but I guess they kind of see something in my content that is, you know, I guess it's kind of, you know, the unique original content that people please or people are looking for. But I'm just kind of surprised that somebody wants my opinion of their fragrance on camera, considering, you know, some of the things that I've said or done or the way I've acted in the past. But it's all cool, you know. Actually get I shouldn't be saying this, and I won't say any names. I won't share any names, but I get a lot of, you know, I chat privately, a lot of messages from other bloggers and YouTubers, guys that won't really comment on my videos, or just because they don't want to be known as, you know, supporting my channel or my opinion or some of the things that I've said or done. But they do, you know, they support me in private and they send me messages and say, haha, that was great. And, you know, we chat very often. And it's always great to get a message of support from somebody else that's very prominent in the community. So I do always appreciate that. But this is really special to me in the sense that it was sent to me by somebody that had listed in my, what I like to call my 10 fricks video, which is 10 fragrance reviewers I can't stand, which was done, I think it was earlier this year, but I've obviously had to take it down once I had cooled off. So, you know, that obviously came from a bad place. Sometimes I kind of regret it. Other times I don't. Other times I'm just really neutral on it. And I get a lot of messages also about that, asking, you know, can you re-upload that, or can you repost it? I haven't deleted the video. It's still set on private. Sometimes I'll share it with somebody if they ask, you know, if they bother me enough. But it's not something that I want, you know, to be available to the general public for obvious reasons. But one of the guys that I had mentioned on there was Ashton from Gen Sense, who I've spoken with numerous times since, and I've apologized, and you know how it goes. I was really embarrassed of putting him on there, even though I wasn't really one of the reviewers that I couldn't stand. I've watched Ashton since his very early days, his very beginning. You know, I think I started watching him from his very first video, and I just kind of needed to fill that list. And he, you know, in my eyes, he kind of filled a void where he did speak a lot about mainstream perfumes, which is, you know, it's okay. It's not right for me to judge him, or it was just more my ego getting in the way. So I think everybody has, you know, the right to enjoy whatever perfumes they want. And I think, you know, that's the reason I had him on the list is because his taste is a little bit more mainstream, or at least I thought so. But after talking to him and getting to know him, I do see that he enjoys a lot of the things that are similar to my tastes. And then even more challenging in instances. But I've definitely gotten to talk to him and talk to a lot of other of the names that were on that list and sorted some things out. Not with everybody, obviously. There's still a few of those guys that I don't really care if I ever speak to, but yeah. So there's that. Anyway, Ashton knows how I feel. This is he sent this out. He kind of reached out and says he's got an extra bottle, and we talked about just trading some samples, and he's like, yeah, I'll get this out to you. I'll ship it to you. I don't know how he ended up with a spare, but he did. So, I know I don't know if he's going to be watching this or not, but I've thanked him in private. So if you are watching, thank you so much for this, Ash. It just speaks volumes on your maturity level, on the type of person you are after getting called out. Most guys would have acted or reacted differently, but you actually reached out to me like right from the beginning and apologized first for, I don't know what you were apologizing for. I guess because you had called me out in one of the forums and said something about me being a miserable old man, which I was at the time. It clearly makes sense, but your maturity definitely speaks volumes. You're a big boy. I was coming from a childish place, and I didn't have my big boy pants on that day. But you can see here, I'm not sure if you can see that, but he just kind of addressed it to eugenius, which is hilarious. I love that, eugenius, because I'm far from it, but we can always pretend, right? Let's open this up. Let's have a sniff of IDÉAL COOL and see what this is all about. I think he said he threw in a couple extra samples. But the box is ginormous. Like, you could have fit a couple extra bottles. Since you were sending stuff up anyway, you could easily fit a couple extra bottles in here, Ash. All right. Just want to make sure there's nothing else in here. Not that you had to send anything else, but... So there we go. IDÉAL COOL. Supposed to have mint in it. Let's see what other samples. I know he said he's going to send some samples in here. Some of them were going to be mass appealing and compliment getters. All right, so he sent 8 and Bob, which I don't think I've ever smelt like a single 8 and Bob. Nor that I'm actually interested, but it's Cap and Teebs. He sent. All right, we'll get to that. He sent Parfums Cortana Hemlock. Okay, looks like an interesting piece. Kind of curious about that. And then he sent me something from Memo, which y'all know I can't stand. Italian leather. I'm not sure if I've smelled. I own an African leather. I'm not sure if I remember Italian leather. And he sent me a sample of Bat, which I own a full bottle of. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ashton. Ash. All right, so let's open this up. So what do I think of the IDÉAL line? Eugenius would say it's like crap, and it doesn't really stand next to the old classic Guerlain masculines, Héritage, Abbé Rouge, Vetiver, and but like, let's forget about Eugenius. Let's put Eugene to the side, and everything that I know about perfume and anything that I've ever smelt, or the things that I own, or the things that I've sampled and tested, and all the feedback I've ever gotten. Like, let's take me out of the equation, and what do I think about the IDÉAL line? I think it's an excellent line so far. It's it's a little bit too sweet for me, but it's it's wearable, it's approachable, it is appealing, it's complex, it's got depth. The lasting power is great, what most people look for in a perfume. Um, I think it's a decent mass appealing line. Does it hold up to the others? No, but does that really matter? Not really. I mean, Guerlain's not going to change. They're not going to go back to, the way they used to do things. So it is what it is. And there's nothing that you or me can do anything to change that. So there's L'Homme Ideal. They have the Sport and they have the Cologne, which I really like for what they are. The Sport is great for playing sports or to keep fresh, to go to the gym. Would I wear it to go to the opera? Hell no. Would I wear it, to go for a walk to the park? Maybe, yeah. I've worn it to the gym until I broke my bottle. I cannot wear it no longer. I will never be repurchasing it, just because of, all that. The cologne line, I think it's really great. It's got a really fantastic grapefruit note. It's got an incredible almond accord that I love. It's creamy. It's citrusy. It's bright. It's fizzy. And I'm guessing this is going to be very much along that line. So enough babble. Let's put this to rest. And it's very much like the cologne. To be honest, I'm quite surprised how similar it is. And I don't know where my cologne is right now, but it seems like I can't even pick up the cool or the green or the mint, or what I get right off the top is a vanillic almond. Okay, on skin I can pick up the mint, and it's not as mentholated or green or pepperminty as I'd like it to be. It's trending more towards the the ideal line, like more towards woods than green herbaceous. Mint is usually paired up with geranium and stuff like that. I'm not getting that minty heft as much as I'd like for something called cool and inspired by mint. I mean, but it's not bad for mainstream mass appealing fragrance, but the whole hard to get part gets me and irritates me. Even the color, like if you look at the color here, it's more of a gray, like a cloudy gray sky than it is green. Almost depressing. Like, I wonder if they're trying to say something like this will have you depressed, like a dreary, cold sky. Interesting choice of colors here. They do have a little bit of green around the decal there, but I'm not sure what to think. I'm not sure if this release is totally necessary with Cologne. I think they would have been better off, keeping Cologne and doing something else. I don't know, like whatever, they've done Intense, they've done Sport, they've done EDP. It's just, maybe call it a day and start a whole new line. What else can we do here? But we've been flanked to death. Anyway, there you go. Ashton, thank you so much for sending this. Your samples, I promised you a bunch of samples from Frederic Malle, Chanel, Guerlain, Hermes, and hopefully I'll get those out as soon as I'm sorted and clear and good to go, but no frets. We'll get those out to you. But let me know what you guys think of Ideal, the Cool, and how you feel about it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all again soon.